Hello and welcome to yet another video in TechnoFunda Investing channel. In this video, what we are going to do is we will learn from the legends of investing world. And the first legend which we are going to learn is from Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who unfortunately passed away recently. And one statement which he made got stuck into my mind forever. What he said was, "You can call me a fool, you can call me anything. I may not live to see it, but I can tell you one thing. India will overtake China in the next 25 years. And that is again a tribute to his legendary thinking and what he did in his own investing journey. This video is dedicated to learn 10 powerful things from Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, late Rakesh Jhunjhunwala ji, who passed away unfortunately. And this video is also powered by Smallcase. So let's dive deep into this and learn what are the key learnings we can take from Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and apply that into our own investing framework. Let's dive into it. Awesome. Hi, I'm Vivek Mashrani and I'm a TechnoFunda Investing specialist, and we have done a lot of things on this amazing forum to learn and go deeper into it. And this is again an attempt to learn from Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. We are going to dive into 10 learnings and straight away let's jump into it. Let's go to the first learning. What was the first learning which we can get from Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala? And there is a famous quote which he kept on saying, and it's a very, very popular quote, is that markets are like women, always commanding, mysterious, unpredictable and volatile. Now, this one powerful things which he spoke will lead us to think that market is supreme. We cannot fight with market. We cannot be commanding the market. We cannot just assume that we know it all. Okay, that's where it is very important to think in terms of probability. We need to think in terms of bets, because the market is unpredictable. We don't know which bet will work properly, and even if we think we know everything, it might not work in our favor. Okay, so this is the first learning which we get from Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, that markets are like women. You need to always be humble and respect what it is, and always think that I don't know something. And that is where the concept of aligning and what you say is submerging in the market is very, very important. Now, the second learning which is super powerful which he gave is prepare for losses. If you think that you are not going to make losses in the market, that's never going to happen, right? It's the part of the game, right? Losses are part and parcel of stock market investor life. As an investor, what we can do is we can follow the risk management. You can take calculated risk. You don't need to take too huge risk and blow away your capital. If you are able to take small calculated risk, and when you lose very small amount and you don't incur big losses, that is where we can stay in the game and go deeper and learn more about becoming better in your investing journey. So it's all about risk management. The risk is there, the losses will be there. How we can curtail the losses and how we can improvise on our winner is the key learning which we can learn from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala ji. Let's come to the third learning. Okay, the third learning is when opportunities come, they can come through technology, they can come through marketing, they can come through brands, they can come through value projections, they can come through capital, and you need to able to spot these, right? And it's very, very powerful thing. A lot of time we fixate our mind in terms of I am a value investor and I only look at technology and I don't like this sector and I don't like this sector. But ultimately, we need to focus on different things and always be lookout for the opportunities, because there is always a bull market somewhere. There is always some kind of improvement that is happening, and there is always opportunity somewhere. Okay, so having a powerful screening process is super important to take advantage of all these things. Now, if you have watched how I do, I basically look at price volume action, right? So I use a tool called ridewinners.com, and I've also created a separate video in terms of top 5 tools which investors should know. You can go and check it out later on my channel also. But if you have a solid process of screening, that changes your game altogether, right? If you don't have a process in terms of how you screen the stocks, then it's going to be really, really tough task. Okay, so that is another learning which we can get from Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala ji. So this is the third learning. The fourth learning is learn from mistakes. A lot of us, we keep on doing a lot of things in the market, but then we don't learn from our mistakes. And that's really where we a lot of time get stuck. Okay, in fact, I've created a video also on my YouTube channel, my top mistakes, 10 mistakes which I made, and you can learn from that. I keep learning from that. Okay, so once you have that acceptance that okay, mistakes will happen and we are all human beings and market is always supreme and there is always going to be some mistakes which we'll make in the market, but how we actually learn from that mistake is super important. Okay, so have that mindset of learning, have that mindset for learning from our mistake, and learn to take a loss, right? It's okay to be wrong, but when we are wrong, what we are doing is super important. When we are wrong, we need to get out and don't fight with the markets. Okay, so this is like the fourth learning, I think. Then we have fifth learning. He's saying, I'm not afraid of making mistakes, but my mistakes were those that I can afford. Now I see a lot of youngsters who bet on F&O intraday and take huge leverage, huge margin, and ultimately make a lot of losses. And that's where this quote becomes so much powerful. Even when we are investing in cash market, long-term investing, don't bet all the money, which if you lose can ruin your life and you get out of the investing game. It should not be the case. You should always have a proper calculated risk and only put money which you can afford to lose. Okay, so you should not be afraid of making mistakes, but the mistakes should be such that you are able to afford that. Okay, so that's very important. Mistakes will happen, but you must ensure that you keep them within the limits you can afford. So that's why I talk a lot about risk management. I keep talking about exit strategies, and in multiple other videos which we have done, we have discussed about the entire building process, right from buying, adding and selling, how you should think about, and this should be integral part of our decision making process. Okay, there are multiple ways in which you can do, and if you want to know the end-to-end process, I have created a video also how to use Amazon flywheel model to become better investor. And this is like this entire loop, like you make mistakes, then you learn from it, you improvise your process. The entire process I've covered here, and you can go through this video. Okay, so this is another learning which we have got from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala ji, and this is also super powerful. The sixth lesson which we get from Rakesh ji is markets go up not because there is abundance of buyers, but because there is lack of sellers. Okay, and this concept I've embedded in my system. So I blend technicals and fundamentals, and that is where what I've done is you look at relative strength, where companies are showing strength and going higher and higher, and also look at resistance zones. Okay, you see where the supply is much lesser, because once the resistance zones are crossed, the supplies are literally much lesser. So if you are able to focus on those companies where literally there is dearth of supply, automatically your stock price will start moving up. So it is not just about having buyers in place, but when sellers are not there for any company, that also becomes so powerful, right? And along with that, you need to also manage the same thing in terms of your personal journey also. And when you are doing different sectors also, you can apply this. Like recently we did a sector analysis of agri-chemicals. There we actually applied the same concept to find out companies which are very strong, and those who are showing us price volume action, relative strength, as well as they were showing us a lot of least resistance kind of zone, and they were breaking out. So breakouts and finding companies which are into very least resistance zone is also super important. Okay, now as an investor, we should focus on quality companies, right? He has also emphasized a lot in terms of buying high quality companies and holding them for long term, right? So if you also want to do that, what you can do is you can either do it yourself or you can take help of professionals. And that is where somebody like Green Portfolio, right? They also offer high quality products in terms of stocks which are high quality at right price, right? So this is what is a powerful Smallcase, where they are actually helping investors to get right kind of high quality stocks. We have also done a video, you can go through it, with the co-founders of Green Portfolio, and they have created this Smallcase of 15 to 22 companies which can multiply over next 2 to 4 years. And if you can see last 1 year also, they've outperformed the benchmark to a great extent. And even in the recent time, they have actually done much better than the normal index which are there, right? So you can just check it out. I've placed the link also in the description, and I've also put in the link here. You can go to technofunda.co/high quality, and that is where you should be able to find this particular small case. Okay, so just in case you don't want to do it yourself, this is what you can do for you. Now the next learning from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala ji is importance of having an investing system in place. Why this is very important? Because he says that emotional investment is a sure way to make losses in stock market. If we just do it randomly with emotions, without any focus, without any process in place, then it is a short way to lose money in the market. So that is where having an investing system, the entire end-to-end process in terms of buying, in terms of adding, and in terms of selling is super critical when you are investing in your journey. So this is what is the learning from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala ji. The another learning which he says is hastily taken decision always result in heavy losses. So it is very prudent to do proper research, look around financial statements, look around different ratios, and if you need help, even I've done a video on financial ratios, you can go through it. You need to know why this company is great, why this business is good. You should think about overall valuation also. And that's where you can take informed decision after doing your due diligence. So take your time before putting money in any stock, because it's your hard-earned money, and you need to basically do that checks and balances and that homework to go to the next level in your investing journey, right? And if you want to again see the pattern of these kind of businesses which have done well, you can again go through some of the videos which I have created. It will help you a lot in terms of research process. Okay, so this is what Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala says in the 8th learning from him. The 9th learning, which is one of my favorite, is bhav aur bazaar bhagwan hai, baki sab dalal che. Okay, so bhav aur bazaar bhagwan che, baki sab dalal che. What he implies is always respect market. Okay, be humble. Don't think that only I know everything and there is nobody else in the market who has this information. See, market is much more smarter than us. It is beyond all of us. So that's where we need to respect the market and also see what we are missing in the big picture. Okay, and that's where, you know, going deep dive, learning from markets, reading books, reading annual reports, and also having a strategy of how to outperform market is super important. Okay, and I've created one video where you can go through like how by respecting the market and being humble and being with the market you can outperform Nifty, how you can build that strategy. And if you want to also go deeper and learn more about companies, you can even go through this video of how to read annual reports to make money, and that is where you can become better investor by having a right process in place. Okay, so that's the 9th learning. And the 10th learning, which is from his portfolio actually, not what he has quoted, but it is implied from what he has done in his portfolio, that is called ride your winners, like how he did in his portfolio. So let's see this. Okay, so this is a snapshot from Trendline, which is showing latest holding, June 2022 holding of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala ji. And if you see, like overall he had like I think 50 to 70,000 crore kind of overall portfolio size, if I remember correctly. If you see, the top portfolio holding is Titan, which is 11,000 plus crore valuation. Then second is Star Health, which is almost like 7,500 crore. Then Metro Brand is around 3,000 crore. Tata Motors, which was one of the multi-bagger, 1,600 crores. CRISIL again, which was one of the winners, is 1,341 crores. So his top 5 bets itself are like concentrated, and what he's actually doing is he's riding his winners. So any companies which has not worked in his favor, he's not allocated more, and those which were their winners, he actually held up that for long period of time. So riding your winner is also super important in your journey, right? So this is broadly what I wanted to discuss with all of you. If you want to learn on screening, and if you want to learn how to do conscious fundamental analysis, you can go through multiple of my videos. One of the videos which I have covered this entire process, and also I've shared my screener template, is this one, right? So you can just go to fundamental analysis of stock screening Vivek Mashrani, and you will find this amazing video where you can learn how to go about entire process. And if you have not yet grabbed the tool which I've used for screening, you can just go to technofunda.co/excel and you can go about it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hope this session was useful and you learned a lot of powerful things from this particular session. Also check it out, the link in the description which I've shared for this Excel as well as the green portfolio small case which is out there. So you can go to technofunda.co/high quality to find out what are the kind of high quality stocks which you can buy in your investing journey. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay connected and God bless. Bye bye.